morning, students. In the last session, we had studied different circuits like resistive circuit, inductive circuit and capacitive circuit. Now we shall study a combination of all these circuits that is called as a series LCR circuit. This series LCR circuit is very important from your exam point of view. You can expect a 5 marks question on the series LCR circuit. What will be the question? Using a phasor diagram, derive an expression for impedance of an LCR circuit. So let us go to that question today. Now L, C and R, they are connected in series. So it is called as series LCR circuit. That is, a resistor R, an inductor L and a capacitor C. They are connected in series across an AC source shown by this symbol. This source supplies an AC voltage given as V is equals to Vm sin omega t. So let us call it as equation 1. What are these various terms in this equation? V is the instantaneous voltage at a given instant of time t. Vm is the peak value and omega is the angular frequency. Now what happens when the components are connected in series? To understand this, let us revise the series combination of resistors which we had done in the third chapter. So there we had studied series combination of two resistors R1 and R2 connected in series between the given points, say A and B. So what we had learnt in the series combination? When you connect two resistors in series, what remains same and what changes? Current through each resistor remains the same for series combination. What changes? The PDs across the resistors are different. And also we had seen that the total PD applied across the combination V is sum of the individual PDs, that is V is equals to V1 plus V2. So the same thing we shall apply for the series LCR circuit. Here we don't have the resistors here. We have three different components. One is resistor R, inductor L and capacitor C. They are connected in series across the AC source. Let us say the voltage across R is VR, voltage across L is VL and the voltage across C is VC. So very easily you can make out using this equation. The applied voltage V is sum of the three voltages. The applied voltage divides into VR, VL and VC. Therefore, we can write V is equals to VR plus VL plus VC. The meaning of this is, if you find the resultant of the three voltages, you can show the applied voltage. And now what about the current in the circuit? Here the same current flows in the series combination. Here also let us say the same current I is flowing through the LCR circuit. Now to find out the resultant voltage, let us show all the voltages and currents for LCR circuit by their respective phasors. That is, current I in the circuit, applied voltage V, voltage across resistor VR, voltage across the inductor VL and voltage across the capacitor VC. All these different voltages and currents, they are represented by their respective phasor vectors. What are the phasor vectors denoted as? Vector I, vector V, vector VR, vector VL and vector VC. They represent these different quantities respectively. Also, in the very first lecture when we had studied the phasor diagram, I had told you that the length of the phasor is always equal to its peak value. Therefore, the length of phasor vector I will be its peak value. What is the peak value of current? Im. What is the peak value of the voltage? That is Vm. What is the peak value of VR? We shall denote it as VRM. Peak value of VR. Similarly, peak value of VL is denoted as VLM. Maximum value or peak value of VL. Peak value of VC is denoted as VCM. So now we shall write down the phase relation between voltage and current for different resistive circuit. inductive circuit and capacitive circuit. This we had studied last time. So what we had studied? In the resistive circuit, the voltage and current are in the same phase. So what is the meaning now? Voltage VR is in phase with vector I. I have written it here. VR is in phase with I. Voltage and current are in the same phase. For an inductive circuit, we have seen that voltage leads the current by pi by 2. The meaning is VL leads I by pi by 2. What we had studied for a capacitive circuit? Voltage lags behind the current by pi by 2. So VC lags behind I by pi by 2. Now we shall draw a phasor diagram based on these relations. So first we shall draw a phasor vector I. With respect to the phasor vector I, we can draw VR, VL and VC based on these relations. So this vector I represents your current. Let us say it is in this direction. Now the first relation, VR is in phase with I, means VR is along I. No phase difference is there. So VR will be represented along the same line. So VR is represented here. Only thing is amplitude of VR is more than that of current. Now next point is what? VL leads I by pi by 2. So how to represent VL? First you draw a line normal to it. So phase difference will be pi by 2. Now it leads I. So which is the forward direction? I had told you in the phasor diagram, current is measured in the anticlockwise direction. So anticlockwise direction is your forward direction. So it leads, means you have to go in the forward direction, that is anticlockwise direction. So VL is ahead of VR by an angle of pi by 2. So you have to show in this direction. So VL leads I by pi by 2. Now let us go to the third part. That is VC lags behind I by pi by 2. Lags behind means you have to go in the reverse direction, in the clockwise direction. So go in the clockwise direction through an angle pi by 2. So VC will be represented along this line. So VC lags behind I by pi by 2. Now you observe the figure carefully and write down the peak values for each vectors. So what is the length of vector VR? Length of vector VR will be its peak value. What is the peak value? It is VRM. So this value, this length will be equal to its peak value VRM. Then what is the length of VL? It is its peak value VLM. Similarly, what is the length of vector VC? It is its peak value, that is VCM. Now we shall find out the values of VRM, VLM and VCM. We shall use simple Ohm's law. V is equals to IR. The meaning of this is, if you put the peak value of voltage, you have to put the peak value of current, because resistance is constant. So we shall do it for all the three cases, R, L and C. So here we shall put as VR. So peak value of VR, that is VRM, will be nothing but peak value of current. Peak value of current is nothing but IM and its resistance, that is R. So we got the relation VRM is equals to IMR. The same thing we shall do for an inductor and a capacitor. Only thing is, for resistor it is only R. But what is the opposition of inductor called as? We had studied last time. The opposition of an inductor to the flow of AC is called as inductive reactance. It is denoted as XL. And the opposition of a capacitor to the flow of AC is called as capacitive reactance. It is denoted as XC. So let us first write the value of VLM, peak value of VL. VLM will be nothing but current amplitude will be the same, because same current flows through each component. So again it will be IM into its opposition. What is its opposition? XL. So we have the equation VLM is equals to IM into XL. Same thing we shall do for a capacitor. Peak value of VC, that is VCM, is nothing but peak value of current IM into its opposition, that is XC. So we are having three peak values and we are having three relations. Now, here you see two vectors are in the opposite direction. So this magnitude of VL is VLM Magnitude of VC is VCM. Now, either XC will be more than XL or XL will be more than XC. Both possibilities are there. Let us take one possibility. Let us take the case XC greater than XL. That is, capacitive reactance is more than inductive reactance. So, if I take XC greater than XL, then what about VCM? IM is common. So, which value will be more? VCM will be greater than VLM. So, here VCM is greater than VLM. The meaning is this length VCM is more than VLM. Now, these two vectors act along the same line but in the opposite directions. So, what is the resultant of these two vectors? It will be nothing but difference between their lengths, and it will act in the side of the greater vector. Now here this is the greater vector. So you will have the resultant vector VC minus VL in this direction along the side of the greater vector. And what is its length? Its length will be nothing but difference between the two lengths, that is VCM minus VLM. So now how many vectors you are left with? You are left with only two vectors. One is VR of magnitude VRM as usual. Another vector is VC minus VL. And what is the length of this vector? VCM minus VL. So we are having only two vectors. You have to find out resultant of the two vectors. How to find out resultant of the two vectors? Let us go back to the first year physics. So there you have studied the addition of vectors. So you had studied the law of parallelogram of vectors. So what you had studied here? Suppose you have two vectors P and Q represented by the adjacent sides of a parallelogram. Then how the resultant is represented? The resultant is given by the diagonal of the parallelogram. Here also you are having two vectors. What are the two vectors? One is VC minus VL, another is VR. So they are shown by the adjacent sides of not a parallelogram, because the angle is 90 degrees, we shall call it as a rectangle. They are shown by the adjacent sides of a rectangle. So what will be the resultant of these two vectors? The resultant of these two vectors will be represented by the diagonal of the rectangle. So this diagonal of the rectangle gives you the resultant voltage. So resultant voltage is nothing but your V, that is your applied voltage. So here vector V is shown by the diagonal of the rectangle. What is the phase angle of the voltage? It is omega t. So angle in the anticlockwise direction, omega t, is for the vector V. What is the length of vector V? Length of vector V is given by its amplitude, that is Vm. So here this length is equals to Vm. Now from the figure you see that between I and V there is a certain phase angle. What is that phase angle? Let us denote it as phi. So phi is now the phase difference between current and voltage in the LCR circuit. Now let us find out the value of this Vm. So how to find out the value of Vm? We have a right angle triangle here. This is 90 degrees. So use Pythagoras theorem. So what is the hypotenuse now? Vm is the hypotenuse. Square of the hypotenuse, that is Vm square, will be nothing but square of the other two sides. This side is Vrm, so it is Vrm square. And this side is exactly equal to this side. So it is VCM minus VLM whole square. Now let us simplify this. Let us put the value of each of this Vrm, VCM, VLM. We have written down the values here. We shall substitute those values. Vrm is nothing but IMR. So this is IMR whole square. Then VCM. VCM is nothing but IMXL. So I have written here is VCM is nothing but IMXC. This IMXC. Then VLM. VLM is nothing but IMXL. So I have written it here. IM into XL. Just I have substituted the values and square. Now let us square this term. So it is Im square R square. Now in these two terms Im is common. So I have taken Im outside. What remains here is Xc minus XL and bracket completed whole square. Now let us square this also. This as it is. Here we shall square Im square and then this bracket square, that is Xc minus XL whole square. Now observe these two terms. In these two terms what is common? Im square is common. So Im square outside. What remains here is r square plus xc minus xl whole square. Now we shall take root on both sides. If I take root on both sides, it will be Vm, and root of Im square is Im, and root of this quantity, put whole quantity under the root sign. And this quantity we shall denote by the letter Z, and Z is called as the impedance. So we shall call it as Im into Z. So if you take Im on one side, Im will be nothing but Vm upon Z. So what is Z called as? Z is called as the impedance of LCR circuit. And what is the value of Z? Z is equals to under root sign r square plus xc minus xl whole square. So this is an expression for impedance. This is an expression for current. Now using this, we shall find out the meaning of what is impedance of an LCR circuit. So till here, what is the derivation? Let us revise the points. Till now what we have done? We are studying what circuit? A series LCR circuit. The meaning is R, L and C are connected in series across an AC source. The applied voltage V is given as Vm sin omega t. The same current I flows through each component, and the respective voltages across RLC, RVR, VL and VC. Now the applied voltage divides into these three voltages. So the applied voltage V is equals to VR plus VL plus VC. Next what we will do is, all the voltages and currents are represented by their respective phasors, and their lengths are equal to their peak values. Then to draw a phasor diagram, we shall make use of these points for resistive circuit, inductive circuit and capacitive circuit. What are the phase relations? Then we have shown those phase relations in this phasor diagram. VR is in phase with I, VL leads I by pi by 2 and VC lags behind I by pi by 2. The length of each vector is equal to its amplitude. So this is VRM, this is VLM and this is VCM. Next what we have done? These two vectors act along the same line but in the opposite side. So the resultant of these two vectors will be equal to the difference between the two, and it will act on the side of the greater vector. So this is VC minus VL difference, and the value of it is difference between the respective peak values, that is VCM minus VLM. So now we are left with only two vectors. One is VR, another is VC minus VL. How do you find the resultant? The resultant is given by the diagonal of the rectangle. Use a Pythagoras theorem, get an expression for Vm square. Then simplify this, you come to this expression. Vm is equals to Im into Z. What is the value of Z? Z is equals to under root sign r square plus xc minus xl whole square. So this Z is called as impedance of LCR circuit. And the expression for current is Im is equals to Vm upon Z. So let us now go to the definition of what is impedance of LCR circuit. We have the expression for Vm. Vm is equals to Im into Z. Let us take Z on one side. You will have Z is equals to Vm upon Im. Let us divide numerator and denominator by root 2. Value is not going to change. So numerator is Vm upon root 2 and denominator is Im upon root 2. So we had seen in the first session that the peak value divided by root 2 always gives you the RMS value. Therefore, the numerator gives you the RMS value of voltage, capital V, and the denominator will give you the RMS value of current, capital I. So we have the equation Z is equals to V upon I. Now let us try to find out what is the meaning of this ratio V upon I. Let us compare it with Ohm's law equation. For Ohm's law, we have V is equals to IR. Take R on one side, R is equals to V upon I. The meaning is the ratio of voltage to current is resistance. What is resistance? Resistance is opposition to the flow of current. So here also Z is the ratio of AC voltage to current. So what is the meaning of Z? It is the effective opposition of an LCR circuit to the flow of AC. And what is the actual definition of Z? Z is equals to V upon I. V is RMS value of voltage and I is RMS value of current. So we can define the impedance of an LCR circuit as it is the ratio of RMS value of voltage across the LCR circuit to the RMS value of current through the LCR circuit. And the SI unit of impedance is ohm because it is same like resistance, opposition. Now we shall write an expression for current. We had started with the expression for voltage. That is, we have started with expression 1, V is equals to Vm sin omega t. Now we shall write an expression for current. Let us have a look at the phasor diagram. From the phasor diagram you will see that this is V and this is I. So phase difference between voltage and current is phi. Now this current is in the anti-clockwise direction. The meaning is the current leads the voltage by an angle phi. So when Xc is greater than XL, throughout we have assumed Xc greater than XL. So when Xc is greater than XL, the current leads the voltage by an angle phi. So what will be the expression for current? Now the phase angle for the voltage is omega t. Current leads the voltage by an angle phi. So what will be the phase angle for the current? It will be nothing but omega t plus phi. So what will be the expression for current? I is equals to Im sin omega t plus phi. Now the other possibility is also there. That is, XL can also be greater than XC. So what changes will be there in the phasor diagram when XL is greater than XC? Only one change. V was on this side. Now if you take the XL greater than XC, V will be on this side. What is the meaning? The current now will lag behind the voltage by the same angle phi. So if the current lags behind the voltage by an angle phi, what will be the phase angle for the current? It will be omega t minus phi. So what will be the expression for current in this case? I is equals to Im sin omega t minus phi. Now the same relations between voltage and current we can show in the waveform relation. So this is the graph of voltage and current against the omega t. First we shall draw the voltage waveform. It will be a sine curve like this. The solid line gives you the voltage waveform. The peak value of the voltage is Vm. Now in this first case, Xc greater than XL, current leads the voltage by an angle phi. The meaning is before the voltage takes its maximum, the current will take the maximum. How much angle before? It is an angle phi before the voltage. So through an angle phi, this peak will be there for the current. So it is Im. So then again you have the sine curve like this. So solid line gives you the voltage waveform and the dotted line gives you the current waveform. So this is all about the LCR circuit. So what is the question on the LCR circuit? Using a phasor diagram, derive expressions for current and impedance. So all this till what we have done till now is the answer for that question. So this is asked for 5 marks and I have told you again and again it is important from your exam point of view. So you have to prepare LCR circuit very carefully. Now if there is a problem on LCR circuit, we need the impedance triangle. So let us draw the impedance triangle. It is useful for the solving the problems. So this impedance triangle can be drawn from the phasor diagram itself. So let us observe the phasor diagram once again. We have this right angle triangle. What are the sides of the triangle? Sides of the triangle are VRM, VCM minus VLM and VM. Let us write the magnitudes of the 3 sides. We have written down already the values of these 3 quantities. So let us put the values. So VRM, we have seen that it is given as Im into R. Vm, just now we have derived Vm, Im into Z. So this is Im into Z. VCM minus VLM. VCM value is Im Xc. VLM value is Im into XL. What is common? Im is common. So Im into bracket Xc minus XL. So what do you observe now? For all the 3 sides, what is common? Im is common for all the 3 sides. So you can cancel out Im, then also the angle between the sides will not change. So this VRM we shall represent by R, the side VM we shall represent by Z, and VCM minus VLM we shall represent by XC minus XL, and we shall draw an impedance triangle. So this is the impedance triangle, this is right angle, so this is your hypotenuse. So observe this figure, the hypotenuse is VM, VM is Z, so hypotenuse will be equals to Z. Then the longer side is VRM. What is VRM? R. So this longer side is equals to R. Then the shorter side is VCM minus VLM. What is VCM minus VLM? It is XC minus XL. So this shorter side is XC minus XL. Now the angle opposite to the shorter side is phi. So this angle will be equals to phi. Now you can find the value of tan phi and cos phi from this figure. What is tan phi? Tan phi is nothing but opposite by adjacent. So the value will be XC minus XL divided by R. This is the adjacent side. What is cos phi? Cos phi is adjacent by hypotenuse. So it will be nothing but R by Z. So these expressions you need to find out the phase difference between the voltage and current when you are solving the problems. If XL is greater than XC, this difference you have to take as XL minus XC. Rest all is the same. So this is useful for your problems. It is called as impedance triangle. So this is all for the LCR circuit. Thank you.